Frances Abigail Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti, was born on October 25, 1900 in Abeokuta. Her father was a son of a returnee slave from Sierra Leone who had traced his ancestral history back to Abeokuta in what is today Ogun State in Nigeria. She attended the Abeokuta Grammar School for her secondary education and later went to England for further studies. She soon returned to Nigeria and became a teacher. On January 20, 1925, she married the Very Reverend Israel Oludotun Ransome-Kuti. Oludotun, who was 9 years older than her, had met her in 1913 but waited 12 years before he married her. He was 33 while she was 24. They had 4 children together: Dolupo, Olikoye, Olufela, and Bekolari. Throughout her career, she was known as an educator and activist. She founded an organization for women in Abeokuta with a membership tally of over 20,000 individuals spanning both literate and illiterate women. Ransome-Kuti launched the organization into public consciousness when she rallied women against price controls which were hurting the female merchants of the Abeokuta markets. Trading was one of the major occupations of women in the western Nigeria of the time. In 1949, she led a protest against native authorities, especially against the Alake of Egba land, Oba Samuel Ladapo Ademola. She presented documents alleging abuse of authority by the Alake, who had been granted the right to collect the taxes by his colonial suzerain, the government of the United Kingdom. He subsequently relinquished his crown for a time due to the affair. She also oversaw the successful abolishing of separate tax rates for women. In 1953, she founded the Federation of Nigerian Women's Societies, which subsequently formed an alliance with the Nigerian Women's International Democratic Federation. Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti campaigned for women's votes as she was for many years a member of the ruling National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroon's NCNC party, but was later expelled when she was not elected to a federal parliamentary seat. At the NCNC, she was the treasurer and subsequent president of the Western NCNC Women's Association. However, she never truly ended her activism. In 1950s, she was one of the few women elected to the House of Chiefs. At the time, this was one of her homeland's most influential bodies. She founded the Egba or Abeokuta Women's Union along with Eniola Soyinka, her sister-in-law and mother of the Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka. In old age, her activism was overshadowed by that of her 3 sons, who provided effective opposition to various Nigerian military juntas. In 1978, Funmilayo was thrown from a second-floor window when her son, Fela's compound, a commune known as the Kalakuta Republic, was stormed by 1,000 armed military personnel. She lapsed into coma in February of that year and died on April 13, 1978, as a result of her injuries. She served with distinction as one of the most prominent leaders of her generation and was awarded the Vladimir Lenin Peace Prize in 1970. She even traveled as far as China to meet with her leader Mao Zedong, in which many saw as a communist. She was also the first woman in Nigeria to drive a car.